Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Teacher Rhea, and this time we are going to discuss on geometric proportion. So what are the laws of proportion that we are going to consider when we are asked to solve problems related to proportionality? So let us start with the first, means extremes product law of proportion. So what does this law talks about? In a proportion, the product of the means equals the product of the extremes. So meaning, if A over B is equal to C over D, then AD is equal to BC. So commonly, gitawag na to na siya nga cross multiplication. So A times D mao ng AD, and then B times C we have BC. Now, how are we going to apply this concept? So let's have an example. We have find the value of x in the proportion 4 over x is equal to 2 over 6. So from the equation or from the proportion 4 over x is equal to 2 over 6, let us have 4 over x as our a over b, and then we have 2 over 6 as our c over d. Now using the concept that it is just equal to AD and BC, so that will be 2x is equal to 4 times 6. We have it this way. X times 2, we have 2x. 4 times 6, then we have that 1. And 4 times x or 4 times 6 is equal to 24. Now, to get the value of x, we are going to divide both sides of the equation by 2. So that 2 will be cancelled. So we have x is equal to 12. So actually, ang means extremes product law of proportion, mura ra gyud nato katong gitawag na to cross multiplication. Now, let's have the second law, which is switch means switch extremes law of proportions. So what does this law talks about? We have interchanging the means or interchanging the extremes of a proportion results in an equivalent proportion. That is, let's have the first. If A over B is equal to C over D, then A over C is equal to B over D. This is by exchange of means. Our means here is B and C. So we try to interchange B and C. We were able to create one equivalent proportion. Now, by the time we are going to interchange the extremes, this will be the result. If A over B is equal to C over D, then D over B is equal to C over A. Observe, A and D are our extremes. So we try to interchange A and D. So that is what do we mean by switch means switch extremes law of proportion. So how are we going to apply this concept? So for example, we have this one. What is the equivalent proportion of 3x is to 1 is equal to y is to 2? So by the way, there are two ways of writing the proportion. It could be in fractional form or it could be in ratio form. So the 3x is to 1 is equal to y is to 2 can be written as 3x over 1 is equal to y over 2. Now observe, we will try to get the equivalent by exchanging the means. So 1 and y are considered the means. Now, what's the advantage of writing the proportion in ratio form? It would be very easy for us to identify the means and extremes. So from this illustration, 1 and y are considered as our means. And by exchanging those values, we can now have 3x is to y is equal to 1 is to 2. This is one equivalent proportion. Now, let's have another equivalent proportion. So, I try to highlight here the extremes, which are 3x and 2. So, these are our extremes or the terms outside the proportion. Interchanging the values 3x and 2, we will be able to come up with 2 is to 1 is equal to y is to 3x. And this is now our second equivalent proportion. So that is how are we going to apply the concept of switch means switch extremes law of proportion. Now, let's have the third. Invert both sides law proportion. So what do we mean by this one? If the terms of the ratios of a proportion is inverted or we try to get the reciprocal, the result is an equivalent proportion. So we have here, if A over B is equal to C over D, then, okay, we try to get the reciprocal of A over B, we have B over A. Reciprocal of C over D, we have D over C. So that is how another way of identifying equivalent proportion. So let's have an example. What is the equivalent proportion of 2x over 3 is equal to 4 over y? So from the expression, we will try to invert or get the reciprocal of 2x over 3, and that is 3 over 2x. And that is equal to, let's try to invert again or get the reciprocal of 4 over y, and that is y over 4. Again, when we say invert, meaning we try to get the reciprocal. So which means the equivalent proportion is 3 over 2x is equal to y over 4. Diba? Easy. Easy peasy ra kay siya. So again, when we say invert, meaning that is reciprocal. Next, let's have the fourth law. Denominator addition law of proportions. We have, if A over B is equal to C over D, then A plus B over B is equal to C plus D over D. Whatever is the denominator, it is added to the numerator. So the denominator here originally is B. So we add B in the numerator of that particular fraction. Next is for C over D, the denominator is D, so we also add D in the numerator. So how are we going to apply this concept? So let's have an example. Find the value of x in the proportion 5 over 4 is equal to 3 over x. Actually, this kind of problem can be solved using law number 1. Katong product of the means equals product of the extremes. But we will try to solve this problem making use of the concept of denominator law of proportion, and we will try to check if we will be able to get the same answer. Okay, kung product of the means, product of the extremes, so dali ra kay nato ang pag-identify. So let's have it this way. 5 over 4 is equal to 3 over x. In the first fraction or ratio, since our denominator is 4, meaning we try to add 4 also in the numerator. So, nahimo siyang 5 plus 4 over 4, and that is equal to, the denominator is x, so we try to add x in the numerator. That makes it 3 plus x over x. Next is combine 5 plus 4. That gives you 9, and 3 plus x cannot be combined. So, variable and constant, dili pwede i-combine if the operation involved is addition or subtraction. Next, applying the concept of law number 1, product of means and extremes. So, 9 times x is equal to 4 times the quantity of 3 plus x. Next is 9 times x is 9x, and that is equal to, we try to distribute 4. So 4 times 3, that is 12, plus 4 times x, that is 4x. Next is, generally, when we are talking about algebra, ang atong term nga gigamit is transpose. Ibalhin na to ang 4x to the other side of the equation para excuse, makasolve ta sa value sa x. So this equation now becomes 9x minus 4x, and that is equal to 12 plus 4x minus 4x. So I try to show the correct process in algebra, and that is subtraction property of equality. We try to subtract negative 4x to the both sides of the equation. So 9x minus 4x, that gives you 5x, and that is equal to 12. Ganun, 12 naman lang. 4x minus 4x, that is already 0. Or, kung magamit ta atong mingon tag-transpose, so, i-transpose nimo sa 4x to the other side, mahimo siyang negative 4x. So, parehan ka siya actually. Then, divide both sides of the equation by 5 para makuha na to ang value sa x. So, 5 is cancelled. X is 12 over 5. Okay? So, that is denominator addition law of proportions. So, actually, kung kanya itong gamiton katong product of the means, so 5 times x, 5x, 4 times 3 is 12. O, direct sa, diba? So, pwede rin siya actually mo rin gamiton. I just try to make use of the denominator addition law of proportion to show or to prove na if we are going to make this concept or use this concept, same answer na gid ang atong makuha. Now, let's have the next law of proportion. We have the denominator subtraction law of proportion. So actually, this law is pareha ra gid siya atong denominator addition o concept or process. The only difference is the operation. Ganina, from the term addition, we try to add. Here, we're going to subtract. So, but I have prepared a different example. We have here, find the ratio of x to y if x plus y over x minus y is equal to 3 over 2. Now, from the equation, x plus y over x minus y is equal to 3 over 2. Let's try to apply the concept of denominator subtraction law. So, x plus y minus, okay, our denominator is x minus y. So, we try to subtract x minus y in the numerator. And that is equal to 3 over 3 minus 2 over 2. Since the denominator 2 is, or the denominator is 2, so we also subtract it with 2. Now, from the expression here, x plus y all over x minus y, kaning part, we are going to distribute the negative sign. So, negative 1 times x, that's negative x. Negative 1 times negative y, that's positive y. And that is equal to 3 minus 2 is 1, so that makes it 1 half. Next is x minus x, that is already 0. So, ang nahibilin kay si y and y na lang. And y plus y, that is equal to 2y. And divide it with x minus y. And that is equal to 1 half. Next, we are going to proceed to cross multiplication or the first law. The first law of proportion. So, 2y times 2, and that is equal to 1. Okay? So, 2y times 2, that is 2 times 2y. And then 1 times x minus y. Then, that is equal to 2 times 2y, that is 4. And that is equal to 1 times x is x. And 1 times negative y is negative y. And by symmetric property of equality, 4y is equal to x minus y is just equal to x minus y is equal to 4y. Remember, kung total change gani of the terms or the data, so you are just, no sign is changed. So, tanang xy atong x minus y atong gibalhin, tanang terms sa diha atong gibalhin, so no changing of operations or signs will happen. Next is, we need to isolate x. So, we try to add y on all sides of the equation or both sides of the equation. So, when we try to add y on both sides, meaning we are not changing the value. And negative y plus y, that is 0. So, x na lang ang nahibilin. 4y plus y, maunang 5y. And to get the concept of ratio x to y, so divide both sides of the equation by y, so that y will be cancelled, and we have x over y is equal to 5. Take note that we are asked to solve for the ratio of x to y. And x over y can be written as x is to y. So that is equal to 5 is to 1. Now, where did I get 1? Remember, if it is a whole number, it is understood to be over 1. Okay, so next is we have the last law, which is the geometric means. Geometric mean, x of two numbers a and b is the positive square root of their product. That is, if a over x is equal to x over b, then x is equal to square root of ab. Now, when man siya mahitabo or when man ta kaingon nga we are going to solve for the geometric mean, that is, if the means of our proportion are congruent or equal. Equal ganina siya, meaning we are trying to make use of the concept of geometric means. So let's have an example. Find the geometric mean of 3 and 12. So from this given, our 3 is our A and then 12 is our B. So this is 3 over x is equal to x over 12. And we have, from that expression, we try to make use of the cross multiplication. So x times x is x squared. And then 3 times 12, that is 36. Get the square root of the both sides of the equation. So square root of x squared is x. And square root of 36 is 6. Okay, now, take note, kung gamitan gini mo ang concept, it is the product or the square root of their product. So, pwede ra gyud ka dili mo agi ani nga part. Pwede ka mo diretso. 3 times 12, that is 36. And square root of 36 is 6. So, pwede ra gyud siya. If we are going to make use of the concept of the geometric mean. Another example is find the geometric mean of 5 and 8. So 5 over x is equal to x over 8. Not all the time that the product is a perfect square. So all we need to do is simplify. So cross multiply again. X times x is x squared. 5 times 8 is 40. Then get the square root. So x is equal to square root of 40 is not a perfect square, pero si 40 naa siya'y factor nga perfect square, which is a 4. And we all know that 4 is 2 squared. So 2 squared times 10, and the square root of 2 squared is 2, meaning x is 2 square root of 10. And that is the mean of our number 5 and 8. So the question is, do we need to show the step-by-step process? Depende ni teacher. Kung moingon si teacher show the step-by-step process, then you are going to show the step-by-step process. Pero moingon si teacher, answer it at your own convenience. Ya, kaibaw naman ta nga, all we need to do is get the square root of the product. Pwede ra gyud nato lahson. Okay, so I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel. See you on my next video. Bye-bye.